This video has the solutions to Lesson 8-4, Day 2. The skill is slope-intercept form of a linear equation. Changing equations into slope-intercept form, and then once you have that form, identifying the slope and the y-intercept so that a graph can be drawn. Number 1, here's a linear equation, y equals 2x plus 1. This is written in a particular form. The letter y is alone on the left side of the equals. After the equals is the x term. After that is the constant term. When an equation has this pattern, it's called slope-intercept form. And this format is particularly useful when working with linear equations because you can immediately identify the slope and the y-intercept of the line. The slope is the coefficient of the x. And the y-intercept is the constant term. It could be positive or it could be negative. Question 1 says, what is the slope and what is the y-intercept? So the slope, which is given the variable m, is 2. And the y-intercept, which is given the variable b, is positive 1. Now number 3, the equation is in the same form, so the coefficient of x is the slope, and the constant term is the y-intercept. The slope is 1/2, and the y-intercept is -3. Number 5, it's in the correct format for slope-intercept form. The slope is -1/2, and the y-intercept is +6. Number 7, let's just rearrange the terms on the right side. We want the x term first and then the constant term. The slope is -2 and the y-intercept is +8. Now number 9, this does have the letter y alone. It does have the x term after the equals. In front of the x is a 1, and here on the end is +0. This is now slope-intercept form. The value of m is 1, and the value of b is 0. Now number 11, this is a special case, horizontal equation. It's like having 0x minus 4. The slope of a horizontal line is 0, and the y-intercept is -4. Now the second skill is to graph the line by making use of the slope and y-intercept. So number 13, this equation is in slope-intercept form. We have the letter y alone. After the equals is the x term, and after that is the constant term. Now in front of x, it's important that you recognize it's -1x. So the slope is -1, and the y-intercept is +5. To graph the line, you first find the y-intercept. So use first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the y-axis. The 5th mark up is where you put your first dot. Then you're going to use the slope. So use second. You can't use the slope to get a second dot if you haven't already found a first dot. Now as a ratio, -1 means down 1 square over 1 square. It's down and right. So when I say the word over, I mean to the right. So from the first dot at 5, go down 1 unit on the y-axis, and then right 1 unit to end up right here at the point 1, 4. Now that's 2 dots. That's all that's needed to draw a line. But remember, you can repeat that pattern and get additional dots for greater accuracy. Put your straight edge on the paper and draw a perfectly straight line through the dots. Now it says Verify the graph using a graphing calculator. So what I'm asking you to do is use the TI-84 calculator and type in with the y equals button the equation and press graph and simply just look on the screen to see if what's on the screen of the calculator matches what you drew with your pencil. Now number 15. This is in slope-intercept form. The value of m is 2/3 and the y-intercept is +4. Now which of those numbers do you use first to draw a line? You use the y-intercept first. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the fourth mark on the y-axis is your first dot. Then you use the slope. From the dot you already found, rise 2 squares and run 3 squares to the right. So I've gone up 2 over 3. I can repeat that to get more dots for greater accuracy. Similarly, you could go down 2, left 3, down 2, left 3, down 2, left 3. All the dots line up in a straight line. Put your ruler on the paper and draw carefully. Now to verify this on the graphing calculator, you bring up your TI-84 calculator, push the y equals key, and type in 2/3 x plus 4, and then push the graph button. Number 17, this is in slope-intercept form. The slope is -1/2, and the y-intercept is +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what does a slope of -1/2 mean? The -1 means down 1 square. The 2 means right 2 squares. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. You could even go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. All of the dots line up in a straight line. Now number 19. Notice that this equation is in standard form. It's not in slope-intercept form. So because it's in standard form, you can't just immediately identify the slope and the y-intercept. So that's why standard form is not as nice for graphing as is slope-intercept form. Let's make slope-intercept form. Subtract x, subtract x. Y is equal to. Now, for slope-intercept form, which do I want to have first after the equals? Do I want the x term or the constant term? Negative x, and then put +8 instead of going 8 minus x. The slope is the coefficient of x. What number is in front of the x? Negative what? It's -1. And the y-intercept is +8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what does it mean that the slope is -1? Down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Here's the line. Number 21. Here's a linear equation, but it's in standard form. We want it to be in slope-intercept form. So to get the letter y alone, I could add the y to put it to the right side, but that means I want to subtract the 6 to put the 6 on the left side. The letter y will now be alone, and we have 3x minus 6. So the value of m is 3, and the value of b is -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's -6. Now, what does it mean that the slope is 3? What is that as a ratio? That's 3 over 1. That's up 3 and right 1. 1, 2, 3 over 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 1. Now number 23. Is this slope-intercept form or standard form? This one is in standard form. We want to have slope-intercept form. We want it to look like y equals mx plus b. Because if we could have that format, then that number's the slope and that number's the y-intercept. So one way to accomplish that is to add the letter y to separate it from the x term. And then to add the 4 so that the 4 is with the x term, not with the y term. That will make y is equal to 2x plus 4. We can now immediately identify the value of m and the value of b. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the slope is 2. What is that as a ratio for rise over run? That's 2 over 1. That's your rise, how much you go up, and that's your run, how much you go to the side. So up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. You could even go down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1 to get some more dots. Number 25, this is not slope-intercept form. This one is called standard form. This one looks like ax plus by is equal to c, where a, b, and c are integers. That's called standard form. We want y equals mx plus b, so we need to rearrange it. One way to do that is to add the 5y to separate it from the x term. But then you'd have to minus the 10 to get the 10 with the x term. So this is 5y is equal to 3x minus 10. Now divide by 5. 3 divided by 5 with the letter x, and 10 divided by 5 makes 2. So the y-intercept is -2. And the slope is 3/5. Rise 3, run 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could even go down 3, left 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 27, this is standard form. We want slope-intercept form. Subtract the x to make the x move to the other side. So we'll have 5y is equal to -x plus 5. Now divide by 5. Y is equal to -1 over 5 with an x by it, plus 5 divided by 5 makes 1. So the y-intercept is +1. There it is. The slope is -1/5. What does that mean? What does it mean that the value of m is -1/5? That -1 means down 1. And the 5 means right 5. So down 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right at the edge of the video. I could also go up 1, left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 1, left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And draw the line. Now on the computer screen, my line is kind of crooked and wavy. That's because I'm not using a ruler. When you do this on paper, make sure you use your ruler so you're perfectly straight. Number 29, this does not have the letter y alone. So divide both sides by 2. The 2's cross out, the letter y is going to be alone. Y is equal to 3 over 2 with an x by it. Now, what's the constant term on the end since there's no number there? It's like having +0. So the value of m is 3 over 2. and the value of b is 0. So to start, you put a dot right at the origin. Now, what does it mean that the slope is 3 over 2? Rise 3, run 2. Rise 3, run 2. Rise 3, run 2. You could go down 3, left 2. Now, next skill. What about graphing parallel lines? Parallel lines run side by side. They have equal spacing between them. Parallel lines have the same slope, but they'll cross the y-axis at different places. So number 31, what we're asked to do is graph both of these linear equations. Well, the first one is in standard form, so let's take the time to rewrite it. We start with 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. And we want to get slope-intercept form because it's so nice to graph when you have slope-intercept form. Add the 3y to the right side and subtract the 7. So 3y is equal to 2x subtract 7. Now divide by 3. Y is equal to 2/3 x minus 7/3. 7/3 is 2 1/3. Now there's a reason I did a mixed number is because that's going to help me graph the dot. If I leave it as 7/3, it's not as easy to think about where that dot is. All right, that is the first equation. Now, what about the second equation? All right, let's do that one as well. We have negative 2x plus 3y is equal to 4. This time, add the 2x to get it separated from the y. And then divide by 3. So we have 2 over 3 with an x by it, and then 4 over 3. 4 over 3 is 1 1/3. Notice that we do have the same slopes, but we have different y-intercepts. Okay, so first one, the y-intercept is negative 2 1/3. Down 2, and then an extra 1/3 of the way to the negative 3 mark. That purple dot is approximately negative 2 1/3. Now I want to go up 2 units, right 3 units. Every time I count up, I'm going to be that partial distance in between tick marks. So up 1 takes me to here, up 2 takes me to here, and now I'll run 3 units. Here's my next purple dot. Notice how I'm a little bit under the axis line because my starting dot was a little bit under the mark. I can go up 2 again and over 3. And here's another dot. I can go up 2 again and over 3. I could do that going down and to the left as well. But here is the first equation. Now the second equation. What's the y-intercept of our second equation? It is 1 1/3. Now where is 1 1/3 on the y-axis? From the origin you go up 1 unit, but then an extra 1/3. So a little bit above that first tick mark. There's the purple dot. Now the slope is 2/3. So rise 2 and run 3. 1, 2, and over 3. Notice how that purple dot is a little bit above the blue grid line because our first purple dot was a little bit above the grid line. Rise 2 and run 3. Rise 2 and run 3. And draw the line. Assuming you're careful and you use your ruler, you will end up with 2 lines that are called parallel lines. Number 33. The first equation is in standard form. Let's rearrange it so it's in slope-intercept form. One way to do it is to add the y to the right side while you're subtracting the 4 to the left side. You'll get y equals x minus 4. And remember, when there's no number shown in front of x, It is a 1. Okay, now the second equation. How do you get the letter y alone here? Well, this time you could add the x to the right side, and that leaves the letter y. And you'll get 1x plus 4. Notice that the slopes are the same. But the y-intercepts are different. One line will cross the y-axis at -4, and the other one's going to cross at +4. We can expect parallel lines. Let's graph the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's -4. Now the slope is 1. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Here is that line. Now the second one, it's crossing at +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's +4. And the slope is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And draw the line. Notice the parallel lines. Number 35. Here are two equations. Neither of them is in slope-intercept form. So let's transform. I noticed that two of the terms have denominators of 2, and we learned earlier this year that if we multiply all terms by the LCD, that removes fractions. That seems like a good thing to do. Let's times everything by 2. That's going to create 1x plus 1y is equal to 10. And now we can subtract the x to end up with slope-intercept form. Now the second equation. Subtract the 2x to move it to the right side. Now divide by 2 to get the letter y alone. -2 divided by 2 is -1 or -x. And 3 divided by 2 is 3 over 2, which is 1.5. When it comes to actually graphing, remember that when you have -x, that's like having a slope of -1. Same here. The slope is -1. Okay, the first one touches the y-axis at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the very top dot. Now, what does it mean to have a slope of -1? It means down 1, run 1, down 1, run 1, down 1, run 1. When you get all done, you want your line to go downhill. If you go down and left, you'd end up with a line going uphill. And that doesn't match what it means to have a negative slope. Okay, now the second equation. It's touching the y-axis at 1.5. Where is 1.5? So here's 1, and this marks 2. Where's 1.5? It's halfway between the 1 and the 2, so you put your dot there. Now the slope is, again, -1. So you go down 1 unit and over 1 unit. When you go down 1, you're going to be in between the tick marks, just like the starting dot is halfway between the tick marks. So down 1 and over 1. Down 1, over 1. Down 1, over 1. Down 1, over 1. Always halfway in between the little grid squares. And here's the line. Now number 37. This time we're not asked to graph parallel lines, but we're asked to write an equation of a line that is parallel to another line. So what do we know about parallel lines again? What's the key concept? Parallel lines have the same slope, but different y-intercepts. Well, what is the slope of this equation? The slope is 5. So any line parallel to that equation is also going to have a slope of 5. So we can write y equals 5x, and now the y-intercept is positive 7. Here's the equation of the line that's parallel to y equals 5x minus 3, but it crosses at 7 instead of crossing at negative 3.